I've been sipping on this juice and I just hit him for his brick. I'm tripping off my chili and I ain't tripping off no bitch. Said money isn't everything, some stupid ass shit. Cause I ain't never had no problems that the chili couldn't fix. I'm out here getting money, spent that chili on my bitch. I heard he wanted issues, so I bought some extra clips. If it's pressure, I got extras, put a body on my stick. She said she found somebody else, she find that nigga in that ditch. My little bitch kinda toxic, but I love her, she can't breathe without me. Hate when she alone, she swear that she can't sleep without me. Let her play her part to the letter, hard to be without me. Ex is still broke, said she can't afford to bleed without me. Broke baby mama, the only thing that she gon' be without me. Keep it in the tuck, I'm a shooter, they gon' see about me. Shoot your left eye for the chili, how I creep about me. Tell her best friends I'm getting money when they speak about me. Swear to God, oh, bitch, chilled up, 100 on the ground by the pound, told him pick him up. Oh, bitch, chilled up, chopper with a drum, 100 rounds, told him pick him up. Oh, bitch, chilled up, 100 on the ground by the pound, told him pick him up. Oh, bitch, chilled up, chopper with a drum, 100 rounds, told him pick him up. Now I've been gone for a minute, let me remind that nigga. Mr. 40 to your fade and push your line back, nigga. Got his loner where he sleep, ain't hard to find that nigga. Or he a NASCAR fan, a Glock could dry that nigga. Got the lows for the cheap, put them hoes on the street. You acting bold on IG, well I crash and repeat. Don't let that bitch hype you up, I leave you cold in the street. K lift the nigga up, so I'll blow it at his feet. Put a body on my bitch and my switch like they best friends. Call of Duty guns ain't got no FNs. They say be the bigger person, some shit I can't let live. Headshots to change your mind, ain't thinking about no best shit. My whip from overseas, my weed is domestic. Beat a nigga like a bitch, like I'm trying to go domestic. The guns don't test it, write the name, you got that message. Bring that drama where you live, it's like the young and the restless. Swear to God, oh, bitch, chilled up, 100 on the ground by the pound, told him pick him up. Oh, bitch, chilled up, chopper with a drum, 100 rounds, told him pick him up. Oh, bitch, chilled up, 100 on the ground by the pound, told him pick him up. Oh, bitch, chilled up, chopper with a drum, 100 rounds, told him pick him up. Oh, hoes on the street, acting bold on IG, I crash and repeat, nigga. 60 bands on my neck when I got it on me, and now remember I was broke, I never let him, homie. What's the deal? Y'all ready? Trap tapping in 10 and Trap News Network. We back in the same, like cook cracking this thing, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at 10. Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledge, though. You can't get nobody's college, though, big dog. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe for all this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's news you can use. It's knowledge you can't get nobody's college, big dog. Hit that subscribe button, become part of the Rich Rapper Mafia. Hit that notification bell at the top. It also tapped in for the latest and the greatest. What we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Make sure I get into that merch, richtraphouse.com. Get into that. Plus, the Boogeyman outside, Southside now. Get into that, man. If you ain't got into that, Chillied Up is also out now. Get that all streaming platforms. We finna jump into this content, man. We got Charleston White and a few others making fun of Joe Budden because he caught a case for walking into somebody's house butt naked. We finna jump into this content and see what they talking about, though. Shout out to Chick Smooth. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Chick Smooth. Hey, Chick Smooth. Appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Oh, man. What an interesting way to start off 2025 if you're Joe Budden. On the very last day of 2024, 3 weeks after you were charged, the Edgewater Police Department says, hold up, buddy. We got one last trick for you. They released a press statement on Joe Budden's charge. If you guys don't know, Joe Budden...
On December 4th, approximately at 7:21 a.m., the Edgewater Police were dispatched to the apartment complex for the report of a resident that a man was standing outside of their apartment door completely naked. The caller recognized the man as his neighbor, Joseph Budden Jr., a 44-year-old male. The caller was alerted to Budden by the doorbell camera. The video depicted Budden in an attempt to enter the code on the door several times before re-entering his own residence across the hall. Basically, Joe Budden was in his neighbor's... Why is he in the hallway naked? What the hell is going on, Joe Budden?
Was recording his...
He was on some good drugs. He was on rich nigga drugs, for sure.
Podcast out of a building in Edgewater. It was a very nice building. The rent was $10K plus. So you guys already know what kind of folks live there. Now, it's been documented on the Joe Budden podcast that him and one of his neighbors did not get along. Obviously, if you have a whole podcast production being done at the building that you sleep in, whether it's people screaming,
$10,000 a month is barnacles. That's a lot.
Gunshots from the soundboard, the heated arguments that the cast has with each other, Joe's neighbor definitely was not feeling the idea of Joe shooting the podcast
Yeah, now
there.
that I feel that though, like $10,000 a month, I want this motherfucker quiet. Like, I don't want to hear you niggas gunshot soundboard. I don't want to hear your arguments. I don't want to hear you talking about Lil Yachty being interviewing Lil Baby. I don't want to hear none of that. At $10,000 a month, shut the fuck up. Everybody, quiet. At $10,000 a month, you got that for sure.
And also the weekly guests and their entourage that Joe has come into the podcast every week. Now, this was the press release from Edgewater Police Department stating that the incident happened on December 4th, 2024 at 7:21 in the morning. It says the Edgewater Police was dispatched to an apartment complex for the report from a resident that a man was standing outside of their apartment door completely naked. Now, the caller recognized the man as a neighbor, Joseph Budden Jr., a 44-year-old male. The caller was alerted to Budden by their doorbell camera, which depicted Joe Budden attempting to enter a code into the door keypad several times before re-entering his own residence across the hall. Now, these were all details that Joe Budden did not tell us when he talked about this on the podcast. And this press release also lets us know that Joe Budden might have had another apartment in that same complex that they recorded. Joe was eventually charged with lewdness on a complaint summons and has to go to court this month. Now, according to TMZ, who did an article on this, the court complaint says that the resident and two juvenile daughters observed the offensive live on their phone. This right here is the part where people are saying that
that's where it can get tricky because the kids saw it.
Could be big trouble for Joe. It's one thing if you're seen sleepwalking naked by an adult, but if they're claiming that their two daughters also saw Joe Budden sleepwalking naked, that could be a whole big issue. Now, Joe Budden's lawyer, Nima Ameri, they responded back to Edgewater Police Department for putting out that press release. They said Mr. Budden is saddened by the police chief Martin's press release. Mr. Budden has been waiting weeks for his cross complaints to be processed, which includes substantially more serious charges and includes possible felony charges against the persons behind these charges against him. The chief has...
Oh, so Joe Budden is putting charges out against these people, and this is looking like how they firing back at bro. Got it. Okay, it's getting tricky.
In our opinion, sat on these, but instead used his time to gain some free publicity for himself. God damn, so the chief is clout chasing? Chief Martin should seek publicity by doing notable policing, not inflaming disorderly person's allegations. The allegations against Mr. Budden are a minor charge, not even resulting in an arrest. A charge Mr. Budden is looking forward to being in court on the merits, not in the press. The chief's comments are reckless and, in our opinion, racially motivated. Our research has not shown a single press release on a disorderly person's charge on the police website this year.
Hey, that's crazy. All year, y'all never put out a press release. On the last day, y'all put one out on Joe Budden. It's looking a little clout chasey.
Choice to single out Mr. Budden, in our opinion, is self-motivated and based off Mr. Budden's race and celebrity status. Now, those are some very strong accusations from Joe's lawyer, but they do have a point. If you guys have never put out a press release for anybody in this town that's gotten the same charge as me, why the fuck is you doing it now? Oh, that's right, because I'm a celebrity and you possibly could gain clout from this. Now, something that's very interesting here is that this is Edgewater. Edgewater is Joe's stomping ground. Joe has lived in Edgewater before renting out an apartment for the podcast. So you would think that somewhere where you're familiar with, you've actually lived there, you know certain people around the town, that the cops would at least cut you some
the cops probably been hating Joe Budden.
slack and not be on some clout chasing stuff. Now, no matter how serious this charge is, it's still not gonna stop people from clowning on Joe for it. Now, talk about bad timing. Charleston White, who Joe Budden was supposed to do an interview with this year, just a couple days ago, Joe actually exposed them for trying to lie about the reason why he canceled on them. Charleston White tried to say that Joe Budden canceled because Joe is Diddy's mans, and Charleston was making fun of Diddy and Cassie.
Umar Joe Budden.
Yeah, Joe Budden had booked me. Then
Yeah, I made some comments about Cassie and Diddy. Was getting high, freaking, fucking, and fighting like most people do in the ghetto. Yeah, he didn't want to interview me after that.
He took that deposit.
I don't think that ever happened.
Well, I say, yeah, man.
I mean, I'm saying Charleston White made those comments, but I don't think Joe Budden would have canceled the interview for that. That would have been
If
done.
I got $1 billion, you can't tell me what I can do with my bitch, and me and my bitch been doing it for 12 years. We like...
Joe actually put out a statement saying, no, I canceled because you were clowning Gilly's son literally days after he passed. Well, today, Charleston White woke up on timing. He said, yo, Joe Budden is a pervert and a woman beater. Ain't no nigga sleepwalking out the door and don't know it. Tell that bullshit.
Well, that's a part of sleepwalking, is walking in your sleep and you wouldn't know it. That would actually be what the definition of sleepwalking is.
To his podcast listeners. Now, Mano also got a couple laughs from the situation. According to ICE, he said, yo, shaking my head. I ran into Mano and the first thing he says to me was, tell your mans to put some clothes on. It's gonna be a long 2025. Now, Uncle Murder, who put out his year-end 2024 wrap-up, he had the song done and ready to go, but as soon as the Joe Budden news came out yesterday, he ran back to the studio to add a couple bars. Here's what he said.
Joe Budden's got locked up for being in the building naked. It was on the Ring camera. One of his neighbors taped it. That's crazy. All the shit he be talking, he was on some kind of drug. He wasn't sleepwalking. That's embarrassing. I know he feeling
For sure, on drugs.
crazy. That's why he ain't been recording no new episodes lately. Building he was filming and want him to get out. On the last day of the year, we find this shit out. This nigga naked playing with his neighbor's door. That's some weird shit. That's what the Ring camera saw.
Oh man, listen, if you're Joe, you are hoping for the next big news to pop off right now. I don't know if Cat Williams and Shannon Sharp got a part 2 for their interview coming out, or maybe another rapper gets caught up into some freaky ass case. But there's gotta be a distraction because they are clowning Joe right now. You guys get in the comments below, subscribe to my channel.
All right, man, shout out to Chicks Move, and we are out of here until the next one. Y'all know the deal, man. It's red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest, and it's free. Avenue Angel until he's free. We are